2, 1. Brothers Thrice.
Ready, set. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Hold on. I felt it.
Look up to the light.
No, stay away from the light, man.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Brothers Thrice. I was going to sneeze and I decided not to. We are three brothers who grew up in a close, tight-knit family, and we have a lot of good discussions and likes and hobbies. And here we are. I'm Will.
I'm Kevin. How you doing?
And I'm Brian. What's up?
Brothers Thrice coming at you. Do another bracket. Another week. This week we're doing actors. So actors includes actors and actresses. It's personal taste, but also, just we know who's good and who's not good. It's just gonna be a fun talking about what movies they've been in and why we like them.
We're professionals, so we know what's good and what's not.
Yes, absolutely.
Professional what?
Professional what? All right, so I just jump into it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing really to talk about. I mean, we usually go off and talk about why we
Our
like these things, but I mean,
thing.
we've already talked about how much we like movies, movies and entertainment, and
if you haven't caught that comedy movie episode, go ahead and check that out.
Go ahead and watch that out. They, who frontlines movies and TV shows, but actors and actresses. So, it kind of will go about our taste in movies, I guess. But I mean, I looked at this list as who is like good at acting, obviously, but also who is versatile. Like I didn't put anyone in here who is like typecasted as a specific role.
You need to have range,
right?
Yeah.
And I think that was most important when I was looking at who is the best, actor and actress.
Yeah.
So that's what kind of my thought process when I was looking through this.
Yeah, that's mine too. I was trying to get some people who I've seen in movies from either funnier or comic to like really serious or very drama filled. So let's do it. 8 and 9 seed. We have Andy Serkis versus Jake Gyllenhaal. I think Andy Serkis was you, Kev?
Yes, Andy Serkis was my three of the top three. So
yeah, and then Jake was also my 3. So
okay,
I
so
didn't know that was that dude's name. I just knew it was that guy.
Yeah,
I never knew that was his name.
He's awesome.
I put him in on my top 3 just because of
he's underrated for sure.
His versatility, he's so underrated. So one of his most well-known characters that he's done is Gollum from Lord of the Rings. Smeagol. Right. So he has done, I think, one of like a big chunk of his acting career has been all the motion capture, facial capture stuff. So he is the apes from Planet of the Apes, the newer ones.
Yep.
He's Snoke. He's Snoke from all the
really. I didn't know that.
Yes, he's Snoke. He's King Kong in like the King Kong movie that came out.
The Peter Jackson one.
Yeah. So he is a lot of the voice capturing, the face capture stuff that is done with CGI. Most of the time, it's him.
Well, that's the thing. In like Planet of the Apes, when he's doing all that, like it's a lot of like they do like a lot of close-ups on the main monkey's face. Well, an ape, technically. Sorry, not monkey, ape. It's all his acting. Like you like watch, like you see like side by sides of him doing the acting, and then the way they did it onto like it's like really.
And all those people
are
also his voice too. So it's not just he's doing the facial stuff, but he's also his voice. So he
did that, mate. I can't even do it. My throat hurts. Try to do the Gollum.
I'm not even gonna do it. There you go. So he's very versatile in that space to do all those things. But he's also in a lot of other movies too, where it's him as a person just doing his acting. The one that I like, he's in Black Panther.
Yeah,
he's the villain guy.
Claw
in Black Panther. And then also he's in one of my wife's favorite movies.
Age of Ultron, he's also in.
Yes, one of my wife's favorite movies is 13 Going on 30. He's the editor boss guy in that movie who dances to Thriller. So he's in so many.
He's done stuff.
He's in over I think the number is 53 different movies as not a leading role, but in a supporting role. That is crucial to the movie. He's been in so many different things in different types of categories.
He's also never directing now too. He's directed something recently.
Okay.
I can't remember what it is, but he just did directly something recently, and I think it's his director debut.
he like I was looking up things about him, and he never won an Oscar. And a lot of the critics have been saying it's criminal that he hasn't won an Oscar yet.
Yeah,
so
he won a BAFTA award for I think a special BAFTA award probably for all his amazing motion capture work that he's done over the years.
So he is, I think, an underrated type actor because he's never really the lead role, but he's always
or even his face on the characters. It's always been and he does great stuff.
He's always good in everything that he does, and it's such a wide range of different types of entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's solid. My number 3 was Jake Gyllenhaal. He's nice to look at. That's number 1. But number 2 and number 3.
Let's not objectify these brackets, okay, William?
Fair, very fair. Okay, take that out. But he's still a very talented actor. He's best known for Brokeback Mountain, Nightcrawler, Donnie Darko, Prisoners. I can go on probably because it's a
Day
lot.
After Tomorrow. That's the only one I know. That's the only one that I know.
Bubble Boy.
I don't think that's one of his.
No, it is. He's Bubble Boy.
No, I know he is, but I don't think he
I thought
lists on his top of I'm most proud of this movie.
I thought John Travolta was the Bubble Boy.
That's a different Bubble Boy movie. The Bubble Boy movie I know has
it's
younger Jake Gyllenhaal. October Sky was one of his first movies. That was a really
I like that movie.
He's great. He's a young Jake Gyllenhaal killing it. Donnie Darko was also when he first started. That one movie is trippy in the brain.
Trippy in the brain.
Yeah, I remember I watched it and I was like, I had to look stuff up because I don't know what I just watched, but I know I kind of liked it. It was dark and warped, literally warped. But he's got a lot of, and he also does some comedic things. He was he did I'll try to remember. He did. You ever seen the movie Okja on Netflix? He's a very like zany, weird character in that. He could do a lot of things, and he's also just like, and a lot of like smaller movies I've seen of him. Like I saw some Enemy, and I saw Demolition Man. These movies that he's in that are like very small movies that are not seen by a lot of people, but like he just does a really good job. In the movie Enemy, it's him and he's playing like a guy who looks exactly like him, or it's some sort of twin. It's very like surreal, kind of blah blah. But like he just does a really good movie, a really good job. And you guys have seen Nightcrawler? That movie is next level.
I've heard good things though.
Oh, I think it's on Netflix. It's like next level good. Like he's like a sick dude in the movie, but he just does it so well. And it's like,
is it about like the X-Men dude Nightcrawler? Or?
No, it's about
he's a photographer for
he gets like a video like it's an LA it's an LA thing where it's like he will go to like a crash or something and film it and then sell his video for the news. But he gets and then it becomes a little more like he kind of starts try to create crime, so create kind of like instigate crime so that he could be like first in the scene for it. It gets dark and it's really good.
Interesting.
To watch it. So, and I just huge.
He's also in Spider-Man.
He was also
Mysterio,
Fishbowl guy.
Fishbowl guy. All right, so.
Has he won any Oscars or anything?
He was not. Oh, he was nominated for Brokeback Mountain. He was nominated for supporting actor in that. Good movie.
All right. So my pick stays the same. I think Andy Serkis is one of the most underrated actors out there. So I think he beats Jake Gyllenhaal.
I would agree. I'm gonna go with Andy Boy.
On that Andy. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know his name, but I knew a lot of his work, and he's really, really good. And just how animated his face is because of all the movies that I know him from he's not even in. It's all just his face with other adaptations with like the ping pong ball suit and stuff like that. So I'm gonna give it to him.
It's crazy for Gollum and Smeagol and stuff. They didn't have that technology yet, so literally it's just him in like a morph suit doing the acting, and the animators then had to painstakingly paint him out of every scene and then add the animated Gollum on top of where he was.
Oh my goodness.
So there's scenes where he's like, there's scenes where Gollum's like in a river with a fish or whatever. They have to paint, and then they actually film Andy Serkis in the water splashing around. Somehow paint that out painstakingly, frame by frame, paint Andy Serkis out to then add in an animated Gollum on top because they didn't have the ping pong balls and motion capture stuff. Yeah, it was really just like matching his face.
That's crazy.
And animating.
That's brutal.
Hours and hours and years and years of work. Insane.
That's brutal.
Nice. All right, Andy.
Serkis moves on down to the next bracket, which Morgan Freeman versus Saoirse Ronan. Saoirse's not my number 2. Who's Morgan?
Morgan Freeman's my number 2.
Your number 2. Go ahead, just take it away with Morgan.
I mean, what's to say about Morgan Freeman? He is the
God.
man. Yeah, he literally is God. And a funny story about that.
About God?
No, not about God. Well, yeah, technically. Going back old school to when we were like in Sunday school kind of thing. My mother was the teacher for my class.
Just your mother?
School. Our mother. I'm talking to the listeners here, not you.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, our mother was my Sunday school teacher, which was on Wednesday nights, but it's still, it's called Sunday school. You know what I'm talking about. And one of the things that we were talking about, like the whole Bible and everything. And one of the things that we were talking about is like how you see like God. And like I was trying to be funny, and I was like, "Oh, Morgan Freeman," and she got mad. But like, am I wrong?
No.
I mean, I was just like a 10-year-old punk, and I was just like, aha, yeah, Morgan Freeman. But you know what? I stand with that. Morgan Freeman is the man. And funny story, he only started his acting career when he was like in his late 40s or something like that.
Yeah.
So he didn't get to the game for a long time. But
best known for Shawshank, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Seven is a great. Have you guys seen Seven?
What's in the box?
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. It's so good. Him and Brad Pitt are killing it. And then Driving Miss Daisy is one of his classics.
And just every
a little bit older movie. Oh
every
yeah,
narration that you can imagine, Morgan Freeman, to the point
Andy
where
Dufresne was a simple man.
I don't really know. Besides Andy Dufresne, I don't know what the rest of the voiceover would be, but
his voice is just so iconic that, like, I remember in high school when we were like reading books in English class, I would be a little bored by these books. So to the point where, to keep my attention, the voice in my head as I was reading, I would change from my own to Morgan Freeman's voice. So I would keep
reading like Romeo and Juliet and be like, and then I saw Juliet on the balcony.
Hark, how heaven, what is it? For breaks, and there is Juliet, and she is the sun.
Yeah, pretty much. But like I'll be reading like Lord of the Flies.
This is our impression of the week. It's been.
Yeah, it's not Morgan. Yeah, well, we definitely have to do a lot of impressions this episode because last episode we did not do any.
I mean, we didn't have any. I tried to do a Smeagol or a Gollum. It didn't really work well, but I tried that one. Okay.
No,
I'm saying like last episode, the video game episode, we did not have any impressions.
No, we did.
No. We quoted the movie.
You guys are quoting Assassin's Creed, so that was technically impressions.
It's not the same.
Either way, but yeah, to the point, I would imagine him reading these like Lord of the Flies in his voice, and that kept my attention. So he's
and Piggy sharpened his spear.
Yeah, everybody knows
it is the Lord of the Flies. That's all I know about.
Lord of the Flies, read by Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman.
By me.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman is the man. Everybody knows who that guy is. So. Would you like to
Lucius Fox in the
Batman movies?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's done a lot. Saoirse Ronan. She's not the same as Morgan, but she is she is young and she is amazing. Anything she does, she's already got nominated for 4 Oscars.
Wow.
Oh, I can go back though. Morgan is 5-time nominated, only won once for supporting $1 Million Baby. Is what Morgan won for. Clint Eastwood movie with Hilary Swank. She's a boxer.
Swank.
But she's already nominated for 4 Oscars. Hasn't won yet, but she definitely will. She's like the Meryl Streep now of like our time.
Yeah,
because she's like just like in all the movies.
That's high praise.
That is high praise.
She's picks the right projects, and like she's done. She did Lady Bird.
Lady Bird was great. I saw she was in Brooklyn, which was also really good.
really great, and
it fit her nicely because she is Irish. Yeah. So she was able to just kind of use her natural voice, but she's also.
I think she put on her accent a little more because she's supposed to be playing an Irish immigrant in that movie.
Right. She's Irish, but I mean all of her. She's. In Lady Bird, she was American, so like her accent was great. She's done English accents, and they've been great. So it's like she's sometimes you see an actress, and it's like you're trying, and it's just not. Yeah, but she's very flawless with her accents. Yeah,
and also she just like me and Em, my wife, are both like crazy fans of hers. Anytime she's in something, we saw the movie Queen of Scots, which was her and Margot Robbie both playing like that, like Scottish and like England kind of like battling kind of thing. I'm not really sure. Oh no, Scottish in Ireland, I think.
Did you watch the movie?
Yes, I can't remember what.
You sure?
There definitely Scotland was in there, but I think it was Scotland and Ireland, but I can't remember.
Yeah, Queen of Scots. Yeah, I think Scotland has something to do with that movie.
Yes, for sure. But I'm saying, but just it was just a really good like acting thing for both of them.
And I love Saoirse. I have two celebrity crushes, and one of them is Saoirse Ronan.
Yeah,
I think she is the cutest, and just she's beautiful. Her accent is beautiful. So I
wasn't allowed to say Jake Gyllenhaal was good to look at, but Kev could say that.
I was gonna say something.
Oh, okay.
I'm not objectifying her. Like I would love to go on a date with Saoirse Ronan. I think she's beautiful and she seems really nice.
Is Crystal in the room?
No, Crystal's not in the room, but she knows. She knows my two celebrity crushes are Saoirse Ronan and Gal Gadot. Those are my two.
Oh.
And I mean,
yeah,
they're both just seem beautiful and nice. And
me and Em have some like Saoirse's on our list, I think, for both of us. And then a couple other ones. Ashley Graham, the model.
I don't know who that is.
She's a model. She's nice.
I guess like the hall passes or something like that.
Yeah, but like for both of us, like we'd both be okay. Like either one of us would be okay going that way.
Send him an email.
And Emma has Jason Momoa, obviously.
Yeah, well, you can't go wrong with Jason Momoa.
Which I guess if it came about when she was able to I guess spend an evening with him, I guess I couldn't say anything, which is fair.
What?
I said if it ever happened, like it ever came up that she was able to spend a night with Jason Momoa, I would have to be okay with it.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, if Jason Momoa was on board, he could kick your ass. So you would have to be okay with it because
I could take him. I
feel like we've talked about this in the past, like having like celebrity crushes, who they are. And Em said like she loves James Gordon and Jason Momoa are like her two favorite. And we're like, wow, it's kind of like if you take James Gordon and Jason Momoa and just mash them together, make one person, it's you.
I think I'd probably lean close to the James Corden side, but yeah.
No. You're right in the middle.
I guess I have a beard. That's the Jason Momoa part.
And you have tattoos.
And I have a couple tattoos. That's Jason Momoa, but the rest of me is James Corden.
No, the comedic side is James Gordon, even though Gordon
with a C.
Corden, whatever.
James Corden.
But I mean, Momoa is also pretty funny if you watch him in different interviews.
No, he's funny. All right, back to the bracket. This is not in the bracket.
Okay,
that's a different episode.
So Morgan versus Saoirse.
So are you guys keeping your picks?
I'll keep in mind.
Yes.
I can tell that Saoirse is going to be like I said, the Meryl Streep of our time. Like she's going to be doing Oscar-worthy work for years and years to come. Absolutely.
Movies are a thing again.
No hate. Movies are already coming back, man. It's crazy. I haven't seen a movie yet, but I'm going to in the next coming months. I'm sure I'll go see a movie because it's just I miss it a lot.
Me too.
So then the vote's up to me. Saoirse Ronan against Morgan Freeman, and this is tough because I feel like Morgan Freeman is great and Saoirse Ronan is like great now, and she will continue to be great for years upon years. So I think I'm gonna go with Saoirse.
Wow,
Morgan Freeman. But looking at this bracket, doesn't matter who wins this one. So that's where I'm looking. So
really.
Well, look at the rest of the bracket.
Look who they're going against next.
I thought Morgan Freeman was gonna go pretty far.
I don't think it matters.
I was surprised. I honestly thought when I saw the matchup, I thought Saoirse was gonna have a chance, but you never know.
I love
comes
Saoirse.
Down to the bracket. So Saoirse moving on. Upset, I think a little bit upset, but I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
Next up,
very talented.
Leonardo DiCaprio, which is my number one, versus I think Brian, you're number 2 or 3.
3.
Rachel McAdams. Leo. So Leo versus Rachel McAdams. Leo, what can I say? He is my number 1 for a reason. Most movies, I think pretty much every movie I've seen him in, I enjoy. It's like my kind of movie most of the time. He's best known for Titanic, obviously.
Of course.
I think is like his breakout. Well, he did other stuff before Titanic, but like I think Titanic is when he became like a mega worldwide star. Like he did What's Eating Gilbert Grape, and he did a couple other small things when he was younger.
I think it was in like a rendition of Romeo and Juliet when he was a kid too.
Yeah, but I think I can't remember if that was before or after Titanic. Because
I also love Catch Me If You Can.
I want to. I had never seen the movie. I've seen clips of it
so
forever.
good. And you know who else is in that? Tommy Hanks.
I've seen so much about the movie. I've never seen it. It's on my list of movies to watch. I have a huge list of ongoing list. He did Inception, Wolf of Wall Street, a whole handful of Quentin Tarantino movies that I absolutely love him in.
Revenant is. I think that's
Revenant,
what he won.
That's what he won the Oscar
right?
for. Great movie. I love that movie.
I've only seen bits and pieces. I've never seen the whole movie, but I know
It's intense. It's intense.
He's 6-time nominated for Oscar, and the one win is for Revenant, which he should have won other times. He just kind of he always was going against someone else who just had it a little bit better that year. But every movie he was nominated for was like he was solid, and he just got inched out every time. But I'm a huge fan of his. He when do you guys ever see Django Unchained? You never seen it? Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, I've seen that.
The villain character he plays in that movie, a little too much N-word in that movie for a nice watch of it. It's a little like Quentin Tarantino goes a little too hard in there sometimes. He's one of my favorite directors, but he just maybe leave it a couple N-words. It's a bit of much of the movie, but because it's the time it's in, but still. But the villain he plays in that
the
movie,
Deep South and during the Civil War, it's probably a little bit accurate, unfortunately. But
yes, but I didn't. I just don't need to hear as much of the movie.
I do remember watching a video of like best unscripted things in movies, and one of the things is that he punched the table, broke glass on his hand. And he was bleeding, but he just kept in it, so it was like blood rushing down his hand.
And that made that scene so much more intense because he's like literally like the blood in his hand. And they kept going with it, and he like did not break character. He was not like ooh owie. Like he stayed in it.
Cut, help me.
Because like that was the scene where he was like angry and like finding out. And he does a lot of good like very intense acting like really well. Like he did in Great Gatsby when he loses his cool.
Yeah, no, everything he does is good.
Shut up! Yeah, shut up! Ah! Like that stuff, and like when I was doing back when the world was alive, when I was doing improv. And there was scenes that you had to like actually get mad in, or actually, it was hard. Those scenes are very exhausting and hard to do because like I feel like it takes all out of you to like be in that moment and stay there and not think about anything else, like what's going on with your day or whatever. You're in that moment, you're angry, and you have to like tap into other things that made you angry in the past to kind of like feel that. And it's just seeing him do it all the time and like do whatever he's doing really well. It's like, oh, he knows what he's doing. He's an all-star.
Oh yeah.
Also a big environmentalist, which is nice.
Yeah, he talks to the UN all the time about climate change, all that stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think he used his platform during his Oscar acceptance speech to talk about climate change. That's cool.
That's cool.
Go around, good dude, and he likes the younger ladies.
Well, I don't know if that goes in the good dude category, but.
Well, I don't know if it's a good dude. It's not. It's a bit sleazy, especially as he's getting older. He's never dated a woman over 30.
Really? How old is he? Like 40 something?
He's in his 40s or his 50s or almost 50 probably, but he's never. There's literally a chart I saw where he dates women and like he'll date them for like maybe a year or two, a couple of years.
45.
And then, but like when they think the oldest woman, she was like
46 actually.
She was approaching 30, and then they broke up or something. I'm not sure if that's the reason. It's just funny where it's like
it's more coincidental.
He only dates women in their 20s. Only.
That's strange.
But I guess it's also
if you're Leo, you do it.
You're Leo. You can do whatever you want. At that point, like he's not like a normal person. He's Leo.
He's not on our level. He is Leonardo DiCaprio.
He's on his own level. All right, going against Rachel McAdams. Brian, that's yours.
Yeah, so Rachel McAdams, I picked her because of what Kev said at the start of like versatility and talent. She is a very, very talented actor, and she's in a whole bunch of stuff that like, that could have been anybody, but she put a nice touch to these roles. Like, for example, something that I completely forgot she was in. I was just watching Doctor Strange the other day, and she was like one of the doctors in Doctor Strange, and I was just like, oh yeah, she was in that. Cool.
I think that was also, that's not the best example because I think that was pretty much like an it could have been anyone.
Yeah,
I know, but I'm just saying it's the most recent example I had.
Yeah.
But of course, what would you say her most famous is? The Notebook.
The Notebook.
Yeah.
I have where is it? Notebook.
Wedding Crasher.
Mean Girls.
Wedding Crasher.
Yeah, she's
Wedding
in
Crashers. Mean Girls. I always forget that she's in Mean Girls because she doesn't even like seem like her.
Right.
Yeah, she's like so blonde and like so like because she's like playing a really good like bitchy girl.
Good mean girl. Yeah.
Oh, Mean Girl. Yes.
Mean Girls came out in 2004, and The Notebook came out in the same year.
That's range
big,
right
Isn't
there.
that's range right there? That's the craziest part. Like, she played that. I don't know what her character's name is, but she unbelievable character in The Notebook, and then something completely opposite
for Mean Girls.
In Mean Girls is crazy.
Yeah, I
So
absolutely
they're
love,
very talented.
Yeah, the versatility, the range is always really exciting when you can see someone do something really, a more of a serious role, and then see him bounce over to do something fun and silly. It's always the best to see that.
Yeah.
So these are our picks, Kev. What are you feeling?
Leo, it's tough. I mean, they're both fantastic, and I feel like every movie that they're in, it's just great. But I have to give the nod to Leo because I feel like he's been in just so many great movies, and his acting is just fantastic. So I'm gonna go with Leo.
Yeah.
Even though I feel like if you take their iconic roles, like Leo in Titanic and McAdams in The Notebook, like those are two iconic movies,
and they're both like romantic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I mean, I think those are two of my wife's favorite movies. Like, Crystal, what are your two favorite movies? Probably Titanic, The Notebook. So
this is the matchup.
I feel like I'd have to ask her what would win in this, but I would go with Leo as a moving on.
Yeah, I'm staying with Leo. Brian, you stay with Rachel, or you go with Leo?
No, this is a hard matchup, but yes, Rachel McAdams was one of my picks, but up against Leo, it's you put anybody up against Leo, it's probably really hard. Like, for example, if it was Morgan against Leo, that would probably lean towards Leo also because he's just that good. So I'm gonna go with Leo.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, Leo's moving on.
Yeah.
And now down to the Mrs. Doubtfire match off.
This is my number one against my number two.
I was putting them together. I was trying to do my best to keep it like even, but then this is the only way it really worked out to be decently even. Yes. And I'm like, oh, it's the Mrs. Doubtfire matchup.
Mrs. Doubtfire bracket.
These are both Williams. Robin Williams versus Sally Field, and I thought it was, for the longest time, it was Sally Fields.
No, you're thinking of Mrs. Fields, like the cookies.
I always thought it was Fields, like plural Fields, but Mrs. Sally Field with only one field.
With one, singular. Yes. So these were my 1 and 2 because I'll start with Sally because she's just great. She's been in so many great movies and she's always amazing. She has 2 Oscars. Her first Oscar was for Places with the Heart. I've never seen that movie.
Places in the Heart and
in the Heart. Yeah.
Norma Ray are her 2 Oscar wins.
No, she won for Lincoln, I thought.
No, she was nominated for Lincoln. She didn't win.
Oh, okay. I read IMDb wrong when I was researching. But so 2 Oscars. I mean, you don't win 2 Oscars if you're not a great. She has like over 80 nominations altogether. She's also a Kennedy Center honoree. Mm-hmm. So she's been like, you ever seen it's like they honor like 30 people a year to be Kennedy Center honoree. It's like you have things you've done in entertainment, whether it's music, movies, different things like that, and they have like the rainbow necklace with like the little medal. You've never seen that?
Dave Chappelle got nominated. It was nominated last year, and he had a whole special kind of during.
Oh, that. I did see that. I just never know that.
Yeah, so every year they nominate people in entertainment for stuff like that, and it's not just like what you've done, but it's also like what you've done outside of that field, and stuff like that. Gotcha. So she's won that. She's Mama in Forrest Gump. She's in Mrs. Doubtfire. She's in Lincoln, Steel Magnolias. She's one of the adaptations of Aunt May. She's Andrew Garfield's Aunt May in Spider-Man. So she's been in so many different things, and she's always so good. So it's she made it onto my list.
This is a hard matchup for Sally though, because
because Sally's going against my number one, which I think is the best actor of our time.
R.I.P.
Who is Robin Williams? Yes, gone too soon. He is. I think all of the movies he's been in, they're all just so different. Like he was also he can so funny.
Yeah.
Right. In Mrs. Doubtfire, it kind of shows that range where he's really funny, but he's also can be heartfelt and serious. He's done Good Morning Vietnam, which is all just kind of funny. But then you have his more heartfelt side where it's really, really drama filled acting when he has Good Will Hunting.
I say Good Will Hunting
and
number 1.
Dead Poet Society, which are both just so
My Captain.
They're just so iconic movies, but also so just heartfelt and drama that, and he pulls it off so great. Like his monologues in Good Will Hunting are just so good.
It's not your fault.
He's just so good and heartfelt in those movies.
Shut up.
But he's
Not
also
your fault.
funny.
He was the
he's
genie
in
in Aladdin.
He's also
Not
done,
Will Smith.
No, not Will Smith.
I did watch that one. It was not as good.
It was okay.
It was
I
not,
mean,
I was thinking I was waiting for it to be really bad, but it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
Remember Flubber?
Flubber was the best.
Love that
movie's
movie.
so good. I forgot about that movie.
He also does voices in. Remember the movie Robots?
Yeah,
I love that movie.
He was a voice in that movie.
That is a very, very.
he was a voice in Happy Feet too. He was one of the
Happy Feet. He's one of the.
he's a
Teddy
Hispanic
Roosevelt.
penguin.
No, he was one of the fat penguins also that had like the
Lovelace.
Lovelace. Yeah, that's a great movie too.
He's
Both of
the
those
Teddy
movies are
Roosevelt
very
in
good.
Night at the Museum.
He's done a lot. He just his stand up was always like so freaking funny. He had so much crazy energy. Back in the day, it might have been because of some substances keeping that energy really high.
And two movies that I forgot about when I was looking up the movie The Birdcage with him and Nathan Lane.
Yeah, that was a great movie.
Is hilarious.
So funny.
And then also Jumanji, the original Jumanji.
Shit, that's right, Jumanji.
What year is it?
He's that movie. So he has he won an Oscar for Good Will Hunting.
Yeah,
he's been nominated almost 90 times for a lot of his different
he was nominated for an Oscar 4 times, including including the win for Good Will Hunting.
Good Will Hunting.
But,
right. So
yeah.
I think my vote. These are my two, but my vote's going to be Robin Williams.
Mine too. Robin is great.
Yeah.
Wish she didn't pass on to that early because he could have still done some amazing work.
He was only 62, so he had a lot like to live.
Yeah, it was sad, very very sad. But all right, so that's the bottom of the bracket. So I think we'll just take a quick break. We'll come right back and we'll finish off the second half of it.
Brothers Thrice.
And we are back.
Yeah.
All right, going back to the top of the list. So now it's Andy Serkis versus the number one of number ones.
Yeah, who had the
Tom
bye?
Hanks.
Tommy Hanks.
T. Hanks. I was going through making I'm like, okay, who's the best? Who's like our number one that we would all be okay with getting the bye bracket? And I'm like, oh, excuse me, Tom Hanks. Not even a second thought about it. Too easy.
Tom Hanks was my number one on my list.
Fair, very fair.
And oh boy, is he a talented guy. Just when we're talking about the point that we made for a lot of other actors as well, range, versatility, this dude does it all.
He's
Toy
had a long
Story.
career too.
Oh yeah,
Like doing stuff for so long. Bosom buddies.
Stuff back in the 80s, like Turner and Hooch. Great.
I love that movie.
They're remaking
the dog.
it. They're remaking it right now on.
But it's
Disney,
a show. I think it's gonna be a show.
A Disney Plus show, but with Josh Peck from Drake and Josh is going to be Turner.
What?
And they have obviously a new dog because that dog probably was not alive anymore. But
yeah, I would guess that.
Yeah, he did.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
But yeah, Turner and Hooch. Big is one of my favorite movies. I love that movie.
Big is great.
Castaway.
Forrest Gump. He's done so many.
Forrest Gump's my favorite movie of all time, and Castaway. I stand by this. I've said this for a long time. Castaway has one of the most heart-wrenching, the saddest scenes in cinematic history, in my opinion. When he loses Wilson on the raft and he's screaming and apologizing to Wilson, and you feel it, like
Wilson.
I'm sorry. That's pretty good.
I had to back away from the mic because I knew that was my impression I could do.
Yeah, that's good. But oh god, just you feel
Wilson.
it. You feel it in your nuts.
I feel it in your nuts.
So, yeah, it's so sad. You feel it in your nuts. Oh, that
Sorry,
Tom Hanks is just so good. Toy Story, come on. Like when you hear his voice and you close your eyes,
all I see is Woody. It's creepy.
Yeah.
Buzz looking alien.
But the only thing, Tom Hanks has done so many good things and so much, but I feel like he's an actor who I feel like more recently, like within the last 10 years or so, Tom Hanks is such a big, he's so famous and so big that I don't see the character anymore when I watch movies with Tom Hanks. I just see Tom Hanks.
Yeah, true.
I love those older movies, but I feel like more recently, if he does something, I'm like, oh, it's Tom Hanks playing this. I don't see like because like sometimes when I watch Leo's movies, I don't really see Leo. Sometimes I feel like Leo fades away and like just see like the character. And I feel like that sometimes with Tom Hanks is so big that he's like, oh, it's just Tom Hanks. Not downplaying anything,
but, I mean,
but he's still great. But like sometimes that's hard to disconnect.
But flash forward to the future, as Leo gets in more and more and more stuff like Tom Hanks does. Are you going to feel the same about Leo?
I don't know.
Is that just because he's been around for so long and has so many? So
is Leo. Leo's been around for a long time, doing a lot of big things.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just the person, maybe the personality of them too. Like, I really don't know. I don't really see much of Leo, personal wise. But I feel like it feels like you could be best friends with Tom Hanks anytime you see him in any interview.
I would like to very much, Tom. If you're listening, I know that you are. If you wanna I don't know, get lunch or something, I'd be very interested. I'd be down. My treat. I know that you have a lot more money than I do, but like my treat anyway, just because I love you, man.
If you're in Binghamton.
Yeah. One of my favorite Christmas movies is The Polar Express, and Tom Hanks is in he's every single one of those damn characters in that movie.
That movie is the motion capture and all that kind of stuff was like that's like one of the first big motion captures. So all the faces are weird, especially because They're all
Tom Hanks though.
but because Tom Hanks is also playing like the child, so like the faces of the child are like advanced for a child's face. It's weird. Like it's Tom Hanks's face like all smushed into like a child's face. So, like the faces he makes sometimes. Yeah. Like that's
Tom Hanks he's the dad, the kid, Santa Claus, the conductor, the homeless dude, and
probably like 10 other.
I think that's it.
I think he's also like
Isn't he Santa too?
Yeah,
I said Santa.
Oh, you
did
say
Santa. I think he's the kid with the glasses too.
Nah, that's somebody else. That's definitely somebody else.
I've never watched the movie all the way through because it kind of creeps me
out.
Hey,
what kind of train is this? Great movie. Anyway, anyone want to have anything to say about
Andy Serkis
over here?
I mean, it's hard. I mean, I've said my piece about him. He is so underrated, but he's going against Tommy Hanks. So my vote even goes to Tom Hanks.
Yeah, Andy Serkis is great, and he's done so much for like cinema wise, but like he's just not as we just named like 10 Tom Hanks movies we love, and you only could name like 4, 5 Andy Serkises. Which is nothing against him. He's great. He also, did you see Andy Serkis during the pandemic completely read through The Hobbit on camera for people to live stream and watched it?
No, I didn't.
He went through and read the entire Hobbit series, I think, on camera. Just read it through. Not in one sitting. I'm sure he took breaks and things.
He had to have taken breaks. The books are like 1,000 pages each.
So I think, but he pretty much was he tried, but he read through them for charity or something. But it was like,
I mean, he's got nothing else better to do, right? Nobody did.
He probably did. Maybe did some voices and stuff. I don't know, but he's.
I mean, he had to have.
That's an undertaking, for sure,
to say the least. All right. Yeah. Well, then Tommy moves forward.
Tommy moves on. So now,
as you should.
So we go down. It's Leo against Robin Williams.
Ooh. This is hard because it's like the range, of course, is there. I think the range is more there with Robin Williams just because he can do legitimate, hilarious stuff. I don't think Leo's not as funny as Robin Williams. That's just a fact.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of Leo's parts are really developed and well done. Oh, this is hard.
This is a tough one.
I mean, just for the versatility, I would say Robin Williams wins because he can go all the way to the funny side, but he can also go all the way to the drama side and be great in either side of it. Like Leo's just drama. He can
do some lighter things. I think
right, but it's not funny.
The newer Quentin Tarantino, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. He was more of he had a couple scenes that were really funny. He was legitimately funny in them.
Yeah, but those are sparse and few or far between.
No, but I'm saying I think he can go there. I think he just needs the right scripts to really bring him to that. There's a couple scenes in there that are very funny.
Well, I'm pretty sure Robin Williams that you can make a movie the director of Mrs. Doubtfire said that they could remake Mrs. Doubtfire and made it rated R.
Yeah.
Off of just the deleted scenes of Robin Williams improving the script. So like that's something I would love to see.
Absolutely.
Me too. Yeah. I wonder if you could find it. It's probably maybe stuff on YouTube. Maybe
He's done a bunch of stuff. But oh my, like every time the bloopers or just the things that he puts in or he throws in, where it's like, well, I think it's in Mrs. Doubtfire. I don't know if it's a blooper or in the movie. I can't remember. They kind of all fused together, where he pretty much says like he's at a temp office and he's trying to get a job, and he says something like, "I can do a great impression of a hot dog."
That's in the movie.
Is it okay? I can't remember. It's a blooper in the movie, and I remember just like cracking up so much. It's like, who thinks of that? So funny. But
I'm gonna give mine to Robin Williams. I think Leo, like,
all right,
Leo's amazing.
I was gonna give it to Leo because I think he just has, like, I think his like bigger parts were always like out of this world. But if you guys both say Robin, then we're going to Robin.
Yeah, I think
so.
I'm
Then it's Robin.
And then now we're gonna go back up to Tom Hanks against Saoirse.
Oh shit.
So this is when I said, I'm gonna vote for Saoirse because I think she's fantastic and I love her, but she's not making it out because she's gonna go against Tom Hanks.
Assuming that Tom, yeah.
Oh, you gotta know.
All right, so then do we want to talk about it? Like Saoirse, Saoirse's great and she's gonna do great things in the future. I have no
doubt I think
about
20 years from now we redo Brothers Thrice and we have the same debate. Saoirse's gonna have her resume is gonna be
much more topper. Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean by redo? Like redo this episode? Because we're going to continue for 20 years from now too.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean redo this episode.
Lives than this.
Have this discussion 20 years from now, and Saoirse Ronan's like just library of movies is going to be incredibly long.
I said, definitely like the next Meryl Streep in my mind. I don't see her going away or doing anything. She only picks good I feel like she's good, and like she has good agents, like giving her like all-star Oscar-worthy jobs only, like
right,
no throwaway lines. Really.
I'd say right now, Tom Hanks. 20 years from now, Saoirse's going to be
something else.
Yeah,
I just watched Saving Private Ryan the other day. Great movie, and Captain Miller, Tommy Hanks
killing it. That whole opening scene is literally like the most incredible like opening to a movie there is. Like it's just like it throws you in it and you're in it.
I've seen I saw like it wasn't a documentary, but it was like World War II vets were like responding, like they saw that video. They said it was the most accurate depiction of like D-Day that they've ever seen.
I think some of them like couldn't watch it because it was like too much like PTSD almost, like seeing that kind of real stuff. All right, now it's then for this is the championship. Tom Hanks versus Robin Williams.
Oh,
this is crazy.
What's to say? This is so hard.
I think I know where I'm leaning already. I feel like I had like there's an edge. I think for Tom Hanks. I think. Oh God, scared me. Coconut Monkey for anyone on
the listeners not watching on YouTube. We I for some reason in middle school or high school got these monkeys made out of coconuts.
I'm pretty sure this is from like Party City or something like that.
I don't know what they're from, but they're really creepy looking. But I had them in my room, and after I got married and I moved out, my dad was like, "You got to take the coconut guys with you. You got to take the coconut guys with you." And Crystal
they've been in your room for like decades.
Yeah, Crystal was like, "No, we're not taking those with me. We're not displaying those in our new apartment." So we were like, "No." So we left them there, and then I don't know what, I think it was my mom had the idea when I went and stayed at my parents' house to put one of the coconut guys in our bags and not tell us, and we didn't notice it until we got home. We opened up the bag. Oh my God, the coconut guy is now in our home.
My God, the coconut.
So and
it's so frightening too. Look at his eyes. They like peer into your soul.
Beady, piercing eyes.
If you guys can't visualize in your brain, go to our YouTube channel. And this whole episode's up on YouTube, so you can see creepy. The coconut. Ew, he's
And now it's been a thing where whenever you go to one of each other's homes, you bring a coconut guy, hide it there, and then they have to find it. So my parents went up to Brian's apartment he just graduated with his master's degree. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And they brought it, and
Coconut Monkey.
they hid it there, and he found it. So now
This
he
is why
has
this is
one.
here
There's
now.
2 coconut guys in existence. One's in Brian's apartment at the moment, and one is here at my apartment. And they're going to be circulated throughout the Rack family.
I've never been in the possession of one.
Just wait, it'll find its way to yours.
Or I should buy more.
No, we don't need more.
Where are we gonna
2.
find more of these?
I'll find. The internet is a crazy place, man. All right, so back to the championship. I said I was
Anyway.
before Coconut Monkey interrupted. I'm leaning more towards Tom Hanks just because I think the library of movies that are like incredible and like are really really good sway closer to Tom Hanks. I think for me.
All right.
I still love Robin Williams more than anything.
I sway towards Robin Williams just because of his range. I mean, Tom Hanks has done some funny things and some dramatic things, but I feel like the dramatic things that Robin Williams has done is just so great that he's won Oscars for them, that it's like it's just so great on either end of the spectrum that it's hard to top.
Tom Hanks won 2 Oscars, technically one for more very serious and one for not so serious. One for Forrest Gump, which is not, I guess, as serious as a role for him. But he also won for Philadelphia, which is when
that's a really serious one. But I feel like Forrest Gump isn't funny. There's like
he's a little more comedic with his delivery, I think, than just a plain old role. Sure, Lieutenant Dan Ice Cream, that's hilarious.
Lieutenant Dan Ice Cream.
A bullet bit me up in my buttocks or behind or whatever it says.
Butt
on my butt talks.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna vote Robin Williams.
So using all those points that you said about Robin Williams, Kev, you could just take over to Tommy Hanks because
it's not on the same level though.
I don't know. He has plenty of dramatic and intense roles and plenty of comedic roles, you know. So I mean, Big is very very funny. I mean, all the Toy Story is very funny, even though that was just his voice. But still, it's still Tommy Hanks.
And Tom Hanks has also been nominated for 6 Oscars. Let me look at my list. Leo's also been nominated for 6. And that's it. They're the 2 highest, 6. And then was 4. Robin Williams got nominated for 4 with 1 win. So they're all. I'm not saying no one's not good. Everyone's good in this list. That's the whole point.
Yeah, that's why they made it. But I think Tom Hanks gets it from me. He was my number 1 on my top 3, and I think he deserves the gold medal here, the championship.
You can't be mad at that though, Kev, right? Tom Hanks.
No. I just wanted to.
You're muted.
Yeah, I know. There's a parade going on outside my window, and I don't know if you can hear this on the podcast. We're blasting some sort of disco music.
Either way, it's going to be recorded. So I'll do what I can to cut it out. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. I mean,
we're wrapping up here.
Everybody looks like they're having fun. But I would say I wanted to win because I won 2 weeks ago with.
I know we're keeping track of wins here.
I won last week with Pokemon, and I wanted to win 3 weeks in a row. But
sorry,
I
stole.
I didn't look back. I didn't even notice if we had. I wasn't counting wins at all. I just wanted good episodes. So Tom Hanks is our number 1. I don't think anyone's gonna be upset with that. I don't think anyone's gonna be like, excuse me, what about blah blah blah. But I'm sure that people have better actresses in their heads.
Well, I know when discussing this with Crystal, she said no Meryl Streep. So
I think she was too on the nose, like where it's
I said she was too mainstream for
on the nosy.
Not too mainstream, but just too like. She's won a lot of awards, but also like I've never really seen most of her movies. I thought were like they're not for me. I don't know, or they're older. I didn't see them much. Like there's a lot of movies that I just don't love of hers, I guess. I also don't, like they can win a lot of awards, but there's a lot of Oscar movies that aren't that great that win awards. They're just like they're more Oscar movies. They're like but like they're not as enjoyable.
And this is our podcast,
so
right. That is fair.
But if you have any actors or actresses you didn't think made it in, they should have been in, leave us comments on our socials at Brothers Thrice. And thanks so much for watching and listening.
We'll catch you next time. You got any ideas of any brackets you'd like to see? Send us over brothersthrice@gmail.com, or you can drop a comment on any of our socials, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and check out our new videos of these episodes if you want to get a taste of our faces as well.
You want to taste our face?
Yeah, taste the face. Check out our YouTube
Brothers
channel,
Thrice.
Brothers Thrice, and you can see and hear for all of your viewing pleasure.
Hell yeah. All right. Thanks so much for listening, everybody.
All right.
Brothers Thrice.
Brothers Thrice. Peace out.